My best friend came to me the day before my wedding, showing me photos of my fiance and him in my bedroom, saying, "This is us tonight, while you were away. She was never yours," he smirked. I didn't react. But this morning, he woke up to find his life in ruins. What happened next will leave you speechless. I've often thought about what people mean when they talk about gut instincts. You hear about it all the time. Someone saying, they knew something wasn't right, that something was off, and yet they brushed that feeling away. Looking back, I realized that my own gut had been screaming at me for months before my wedding day. It hissed that my fiancée, Holly, and my best friend, Kylan, were getting too close, far closer than was normal. But I was busy. Busy with my demanding job at a software consultancy. Busy planning the wedding Holly wanted. Busy trying to please her very demanding parents, Richard and Marjorie Chambers. Even though I occasionally felt a pang of jealousy, seeing Holly and Kylan laugh together in a corner, or noticed how Kylan's eyes lingered on her in ways that made me uneasy, I simply didn't have the energy to wrestle with those suspicions. I was exhausted. Too many 12-hour workdays, too many calls and errands that came with planning a massive wedding. My parents, loving as they were, had neither the means nor the know-how to assist with all the lavish demands Holly and her mother insisted upon. That left me juggling about 100 responsibilities with no room to breathe. But the red flags were there. For instance, Holly and Kylan texted far more often than a best friend and fiance should. I'd catch them smiling at messages or referencing jokes they refused to share with me. If I asked, "Hey, what's so funny?" they'd respond with dismissive shrugs or good-natured but evasive remarks. "Just a silly meme. Inside joke. Nothing you'd be interested in." And so on. I'd known Kylan since freshman year of college. We shared a cramped dorm, pulled all-nighters for finals, and covered for each other when we needed it. We were, I believed, as close as brothers. And maybe that's why I managed to stifle my own concerns. I just couldn't imagine him betraying my trust so brazenly. He's my best man, I told myself. He's got my back, right? As for Holly, she came from a much wealthier background. The Chambers family prided themselves on their local prominence. Richard Chambers being heavily involved in local politics, and Marjorie Chambers acting as the imperious socialite who graced every fundraiser and charity ball with condescending smiles. When I proposed to Holly, they grudgingly accepted me. While not explicitly rude, they were always sure to remind me that I was marrying up, that the Chambers name had standards to maintain. Their arrogance showed in the wedding planning as well. "We'll split the cost 50-50, her parents had said. But they pushed for a lavish venue, extravagant centerpieces, a string quartet, and a guest list that ballooned to almost 300. My folks, a retired school teacher dad and a near-retiring nurse mom, had to dig into their savings to meet their half. No matter how many times I tried to set boundaries, it always ended with Holly's mother saying, "We can't cut corners, we're the Chambers." Or, "Think of what people will say. You want your bride to look cheap on her big day." That language grated on me. But Holly sided with her parents more often than not. She'd wave me off. "Let them have their fun. We'll only do this once, right?"